Senhoras e senhores, por favor, tomem seus assentos. Iniciaremos o programa em 10 minutos.
Damas y caballeros, sírvanse tomar asiento. El programa comenzará en 15 minutos.
Meine Damen und Herren, wir bitten Sie, Platz zu nehmen. Das Programm beginnt in 10 Minuten.
Che tu sei un governo.
심사숙녀 여러분, 자리에 접속해 주시기 바랍니다. 나중에 입장하시는 분들을 위해 가급적 가운데 자리에 앉아주십시오. 감사합니다.
Suntem as cadeiras no centro das fileiras para dar lugar a outros rotarianos que chegarão para esta sessão plenária. Obrigado.
Damas y caballeros, les pedimos no guardar asiento y desplazarse al centro de la fila, a fin de que el mayor número de asistentes.
Wir bitten Sie, keine Plätze für andere Personen freizuhalten. Bitte begeben Sie sich auch zur Mitte jeder Reihe, damit mehr Personen Platz nehmen können, um die heutige Hauptversammlung zu genießen. Vielen Dank.
2072 Italia. Bologna Ovest, dovremmo noi
Thank you.
各位来宾请就座，节目即将开始，请消音电子器。
Et autres appareils électroniques. Merci.
Signori elettronici, grazie. ご来場の皆様、まもなくプログラムが始めてください。
신사숙녀 여러분, 곧 프로그램이 시작되오니 자리에 착석해 주시고 모든 전자기기를 음으로 전환해 주시기
Desliguem seus telefones. A programação está começando. Obrigado.
Damas y caballeros, sírvanse tomar asiento. El programa comienza.
Meine Damen und Herren, bitte nehmen Sie Platz. Das Programm beginnt in Kürze. Bitte schalten Sie auch alle elektronischen Geräte aus. Vielen Dank.
Every moment in life flows into the next, from the depths of our ancestry to the strength of our heritage. One thread of life traversing the world, your history, illuminated by values that soar above borders and create a global community of understanding and selflessness. We discover lifelong bonds where friendship and trust propel us forward.
It brings us together.
That's the power of Rotary. Getting people together, connecting people together.
We're strong because we're not all the same kinds of people.
I think it's a great privilege to be accepted as family in any country of the world.
There isn't a manual of how we can solve the world's problems, but it requires us to be able to take initiative.
Rotary provides a vehicle for us all to find the leadership within ourselves. When I say I'm a Rotarian, people know I'm good for my work.
You have navigated towards this moment, where your connections, integrity, and leadership are reflected here today.
We live in a global village, and all aspects of what we do locally impact the world in a significant way.
Makes you want to do more. Makes you want to do more.
Welcome to Hamburg. Capture the moment.
Please welcome your 2019 Rotary International Convention Chair. From the Rotary Club of Sebastopol, California, USA, John Blount.
grand event of Rotary. Since 1910, people of goodwill and boldness have journeyed to this, our annual meeting, to discover the riches of Rotary service and friendship. They were inspired to expand the scope of Rotary. They redefined the boundaries of our ambition to make a difference. And it was here, at a Rotary convention, that they affirmed their most radical goal, the eradication of polio. Today, whether you're here to renew old friendships, expand your vision of Rotary's future, or to experience for the first time the global impact of our organization, welcome to the 110th Convention of Rotary International. We gather in Hamburg, Germany. Through the ages, it's a city known for shipping, trade, and commerce. Hamburg is perched at the confluence of the River Elbe and its tributaries, the Ulster River and the River Bille. And it has been a force for connecting people together and has become a bridge of cultures, languages, and yes, destinies. It's appropriate that we gather from all over the world to view our past, savor our present, and speak of our future here in this dynamic city. At this moment, we can be proud of our many accomplishments. We are on the threshold of eliminating a human disease for only the second time in the history of mankind. Growing force of peace professionals in significant positions around the globe, and our peace programs are spreading to new continents. Add to these the extraordinary number and variety of community projects and programs that have been imagined, created, and often managed by our nearly 36,000 Rotary clubs every year. What we have achieved proves that the incredible reach of our network can accomplish more than any single government. And yet, we must again capture and promote the essence of Rotary that attracted a generation of activists who never tired of exploring the boundaries of service. And they had a concept of leaders joining together in friendship and trust to share ideas with each other. It is a moment to be seized, to gaze to the future. And yet, what map, what chart, what compass can guide our way? We must look within, to the very core of Rotary, to the values that have guided our actions for over a century, those concepts of fellowship, integrity, service, diversity, and leadership. Pioneers such as Paul Harris and his friends introduced an idea to combine friendship, trust, and vocational diversity into a new model, a fusion of commerce and cause. Our original General Secretary, Ches Perry, worked tirelessly to ensure the survival of this new association with his own strong leadership and the elevation of that value in our members in business, professions, and communities. Ongoing, often heroic club efforts to address community concerns defined Rotary's mission of service. Arch Klumpf, in our second decade, summarized it with his famous proclamation for Rotary to do good in the world. Our 4 days together will underscore those 5 core values. In the general session tomorrow, we will explore the leadership role Rotary must take on to ensure the continued development of our communities and ourselves. And we will address how integrity is a prerequisite for membership in Rotary and our responsibility to share that core value with the world. Tuesday's general session is all about service, including our Rotary Foundation's effort and support, our work with the next generations, the task ahead to complete our obligation to eliminate polio, and partnering with others. Then on Wednesday, we will attempt to decipher that interesting meaning behind the term fellowship and how it explains why so many are attracted to Rotary. Finally, in Rotary, diversity has always been our strength in vocation, in religion, in culture, in language, and more recently in gender. We'll explore that core value as we close Wednesday morning's sessions. Ladies and gentlemen, the moments to capture are now. Our voyage is just beginning. And we will chart our course within the values we have observed for over a century. We come from every direction, north, south, east, west, and we will treasure the moments we captured together here in Hamburg.
Welcome the flags of the Rotary world.
Afghanistan, Albania, Algeria,
Andorra,
Angola, Antigua and Barbuda, Argentina, Armenia,
representing Norfolk Island, Australia,
Austria, Azerbaijan, Bahrain, Bangladesh, Barbados, Belarus,
Belgium,
Belize, Benin,
Bolivia, Bosnia-Herzegovina, Botswana, Brazil.
Ragazzi, pronti con la bandiera? Quella grande. Burkina Faso. Gafi. Burundi. Cabo Verde.
Cambodia.
Cameroon.
Central African Republic. Chad. Chile.
Representing Hong Kong and Macau, People's Republic of China.
Comoros Islands. Congo.
Quelli italiani? No, non è italiano.
Costa Rica.
Quella.
Costa d'Ivoire. Croatia. Cyprus.
Czech Republic.
Democratic Republic of Congo.
Representing Faroe Islands and Greenland, Denmark.
Djibouti.
Dominica. Repubblica Dominicana.
Ecuador. Egypt.
El Salvador. Equatorial Guinea. Algeria. Estonia. Swatini.
Ethiopia.
Fiji.
Representing Åland Islands, Finland. Representing French Guiana, French Polynesia, French West Indies, Mayotte, New Caledonia, Réunion, Saint-Martin, Saint-Pierre-et-Miquelon, France. Gabon. Gambia. Georgia. Ghana. Greece.
Grenada.
Guatemala.
Datemi una punta se volete.
Guinea-Bissau. Guyana.
Haiti. Honduras. Hungary.
Iceland.
India.
Indonesia.
Ireland.
Israel.
Japan. Kenya. Republic of Kiribati.
Republic of Korea. Republic of
People's Democratic Republic of Laos.
Latvia.
Lebanon. Lesotho. Liberia. Liechtenstein.
Lithuania.
Luxembourg. North Macedonia. Madagascar. Malawi. Malaysia.
Republic of the Maldives.
Mali. Malta. Mauritania. Mauritius.
Mexico. Micronesia.
Moldova. Monaco. Mongolia.
Passaparola.
Montenegro.
Morocco. Mozambique. Myanmar.
Namibia.
Republic of Nauru. Nepal. Representing Aruba, Bonaire, Curacao, and Sint Maarten, Netherlands. Representing Cook Islands, New Zealand. Nicaragua. Niger. Nigeria. Norway. Pakistan.
Republic of Palau.
Palestine. Panama. Papua New Guinea. Paraguay.
Peru. Philippines. Poland.
Portugal. Romania. Russia. Rwanda. Samoa. San Marino. South America. Senegal. Serbia. The Seychelles. Sierra Leone. Singapore. Slovakia.
Slovenia.
Solomon Islands. South Africa.
South Sudan.
España.
Sri Lanka. Saint Kitts Nevis. Santa Lucia. St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Sudan. Suriname.
Sweden.
Switzerland. Taiwan. Democratic Republic of Timor-Leste. Togo.
Tonga.
Tunisia.
Trinidad and Tobago.
Turkey. Uganda.
Ukraine.
United Arab Emirates.
Representing Anguilla, Bermuda, British Virgin Islands, Cayman Islands, Channel Islands, Guernsey, Channel Islands, Jersey, England, Gibraltar, Isle of Man, Montserrat, Northern Ireland, Scotland, Turks and Caicos Islands, and Wales, the United Kingdom.
Representing American Samoa, Guam, Northern Marianas, Puerto Rico, and the U.S. Virgin Islands, the United States of America.
Vanuatu. Venezuela.
Zambia. Zimbabwe.
It is my great honor to present Rotary's newest country, Iraq.
Please welcome the flags of Germany and the Bahamas. Please stand for the flag of our host country, Germany. Here to sing the national anthem of Germany, please welcome from the Rotary Club of Hamburg-Lambertsbuchen, soprano Kammersängerin Helen Kwon. remain standing for the flag of our President's homeland, the Bahamas. Here to sing the national anthem of the Bahamas, please welcome Julian Believe. Finally, ladies and gentlemen, please give your warmest welcome to the one flag that unites us all, the flag of Rotary International. Ladies and gentlemen, from the Rotary Club of Montego Bay East, Jamaica, please welcome your host for the week, Harish Ramchandani.
start. Let's get together and feel all right. Isn't that what we're doing here today?
Well,
of course. So wow, wasn't that flag ceremony just amazing? Goosebumps. Still feeling it. And if you have never seen one before, you should know that I get these same goosebumps every single time. And our youth exchange students, when you saw them up here, loved it. What about the energy when your country is presented? It's really what makes Rotary so special. Us celebrating this internationality. It's coming together of all of us, from near and far. We cross borders, race, religion, ideology. Truly celebrating our diversity. I love Rotary for that. And I love coming to the convention to celebrate that. Well, now that you captured the flag ceremony, we want you to capture as many moments that spark joy to you this week. And remember, not just capture these moments, we want you to share them with family, friends, and colleagues on your various social media channels. And for that, we're using the hashtag Rotary19. My fellow Rotarians, Rotaractors, and the family of Rotary, we have an incredible convention all planned out for you this week. To make the most of it, we want everyone fit and healthy. So we started with the bike tour and the walk to end polio yesterday. We also want everyone hydrated. So we have lots of club, district, and zone fellowship events happening. And then on Tuesday, we have Hamburg Host Hospitality Night. Who's going for that? That's it? Need a few more people going for that. We have a lot of opportunities for entertainment happening, and we have lots of concerts going on. There's the Art of Hamburg, where modern ballet meets classical music. We're going to have music in the famous El Philharmonie. And then we have the organ concert at St. Michael's Church. And finally, we want everyone to be inspired. So we have our Rotary leadership with us, our club leaders, our district and zone leaders. We have our directors and our presidents, those that have served us and those that are going to lead us in the future. Our general session is going to have speakers who are going to energize you, your spirit, and transform your thoughts. And they're going to leave you motivated, inspired, and connected. Now make sure, on Tuesday especially, that you pick up a headset, because we will have a presenter speaking in German. We've also put together an amazing array of breakout sessions on topics of interest to us all. These are informative sessions that will help you and your clubs grow to even greater heights. So I know there's a lot happening. We have the general sessions in the morning. We have the breakout sessions in the afternoon. We have the amazing House of Friendship that we need to go and check out. And we have these wonderful evening events. And then we want to sightsee this beautiful port city of Hamburg. I get it. But remember, of all the things happening this week, here in Hamburg, we have over 25,000 friends waiting to meet you. So meet them, greet them, connect with them, collaborate with them, get inspired by them, and celebrate with them. I hope you enjoy your experience this week. This is your moment. Remember to capture it. And now, it is my honor and privilege to call this convention to order. Now, before we get started, I want to share with you some unique features of this convention. See, we have a space called the Inspiration Lounge, which is located right across in Hall B5. So here's a shout out to the Inspiration Lounge. This is a lounge that's a very comfortable area where you can watch our opening general session, tune into footage from some of the breakout sessions, and network with Rotarians, guests, and senior leaders. You may have noticed that some of our senior leaders are already there for the flag ceremony. But not only that, attendees in the Inspiration Lounge have a chance to win a $1 registration for the 2020 Rotary International Convention in Honolulu. And the winner will be announced later in this session. And for future sessions this week, we hope that you check out this very exciting new way of connecting with our program and connecting with our fellow Rotarians. But at Rotary, the engagement doesn't stop there. We're Rotarians and we engage with the world around us. And that is exactly what we have done this week in Hamburg with our local sponsor, My Taxi. During your time in Hamburg, I encourage you to download the My Taxi app. Not only because it is safe and reliable, but because My Taxi will donate all the revenue generated by trips to and from the Hamburg Messe during the convention. And they're going to donate it to Rotary projects. They're going to donate it to projects such as the bee pasture project that is helping the dwindling bee population to flourish right here in Germany. And the Rotaract project, providing emotional training for autism. And the project called Hand Wash, that's bringing clean water to everyone in Haiti. Can you imagine this audacious goal to solve the water problem of an entire country? Well, they're going to do it. But they need your support. And we thank My Taxi for coming on board and stepping up and helping us to achieve these goals. At Rotary, my friends, even your taxi rides can do good in the world. And now, it's my pleasure to introduce our next performer. His musical talent and compelling life story have inspired millions around the world. You see, he was once a homeless street kid. And for over 10 years, he survived by selling gum and energy drinks. And then one day, he chanced upon an inspiration. There was an opera that inspired him to sing. He had a moment, and he captured it. And now 8 years after his Korea's Got Talent debut, his performance continues to appeal around the globe. Today, he is with us to bring us a message of hope using his voice and his song. Let's take a look at a clip from his audition at Korea's Got Talent.
풍기는 외모로 봐서는 지금 무슨 일을 하고 계신지 가늠을 할 수가 없어요.
그냥 막노동하고 있습니다.
최성봉 씨 가족상에 아무도 기재가 되어 있질 않아요. 가족이 없으신가요?
제가 3살 때 고아원에 이렇게 맡겨졌는데요. 5살 때 고아원에서 구타를 맞아가지고 도망쳐 나왔어요. 계단이나 이렇게 화장실, 공동 화장실 이런 데서 10년 동안 이렇게 있어요. 그러니까 막 어디 팔려가기도 하고 좀 조폭들한테 도망쳐가지고 막 좀 그렇게 하다가 나이트에서 껌펴면서 이렇게 어떤 사람이 성악하는 걸 봤어요. 근데 나이트는 되게 신나는 노래만 하는데 거기서 나 진지하게 한 모습에 그 매료가 돼서 그때부터 좋아했어요.
그래서 성악 쪽으로 가고 싶은 거예요?
네. 통해서 알 거예요.
달빛 아래 쓸쓸하게 물든 호수처럼 오 그리움을 끝이 없는 물결
Wow. Last song, I Do The Rain.
I dream the dream in time gone by, when it was high and light worth living. I dreamed that love would never die. I dreamed that God would be forgiving. Then I was young and unafraid, and dreams were made and used and wasted. There was no ransom to be paid, no song, no wine untasted. But the tigers come at night, with their voice of taste and dawn, and they tear your youth apart. They turn your dreams to as cheer I dream you home to me. The years to go, all the dreams that cannot be, and the stories cannot wait on. I had a dream my love would be so proud from this head I'm living, so proud not from what is now life has killed what lived.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the first mayor of the free and Hanseatic city of Hamburg and president of the Senate, Dr. Peter Tschentscher.
Dear Mr. Ressing, dear Mr. Dückerhoff, dear members of Rotary International, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Rotary International Convention in Hamburg. Hamburg is a traditional seaport and a city of commerce with a history of over more than 800 years. We are a diverse international metropolis with citizens from over 180 countries and about 100 consular offices. We call Hamburg the gate into the world, and we are proud that so many Rotarians have come from all over the world to a meeting in our city. Hamburg has a high standard of living in the vibrant cultural scene. We are the economic center of northern Germany with all kinds of industry. But the free and Hanseatic city of Hamburg has never had a king or emperor, and never was the capital of a country. In our history, citizens always wanted to be independent and take their fate and fortunes in their own hands. Therefore, charity, volunteering and commitment have always been an essential part of the civic engagement of our city. It was in Hamburg when Germany's first Rotary Club was founded over 90 years ago. The concept of Paul Harris found great approval and was carried from here to the whole country. In Hamburg, 1 out of 3 citizens does volunteer work, and we are proud of this high level of dedication. Ladies and gentlemen, 25,000 Rotarians from over 130 countries show that we can and have to work on building a better world together and across borders. If we look at climate change, for instance, hundreds of thousands of young people are taking it to the streets for the Friday for Future demonstrations. They remind us that climate protection is a task for the entire society and that it requires our cooperation across borders and continents. I made a trip to Chicago last year. Chicago, the home of Rotary and the sister city of Hamburg for 25 years. After talking to Chicago's former mayor, Rahm Emanuel, I signed the Chicago Climate Charter. With this agreement, Hamburg and other cities around the world committed to take decisive action in implementing the Paris Agreement. The Climate Charter has been signed by mayors of over 70 cities, among them Los Angeles, Mexico City, Toronto, Tokyo, Paris, and Hamburg. When it comes to finding the answers to the most important questions of the 21st century, the major cities around the world share a special responsibility. Cities like Hamburg are not only economic hubs of their nations, they also have the will and the power to lead the way towards social and technological progress. It is the decisive action of the global cities around the world that will lead us into a brighter future. Hamburg is one of these future cities. We are in the middle of a digitizing process in our administration, in our port, our infrastructure, and virtually all other areas of public life. All our state schools are hooked up to the glass fiber network. Around this fair venue, we've installed a test track for autonomous driving where self-driving cars are tested in real city traffic. We will present our results at the 2021 World Congress for Intelligent Transport Systems here in Hamburg, and all other global cities are also invited to present their ideas for innovative and sustainable mobility in the future. Ladies and gentlemen, the Rotary International Convention is a platform and a catalyst for ideas for civic engagement and progress. The program lists over 100 events with more than just a few world-renowned speakers. The Rotary Clubs of Hamburg and the Convention Bureau have done a great job to make it possible for all of us to come together here, and on behalf of the Senate of the Free and Hanseatic City of Hamburg, I would like to thank them very much for their work. Ladies and gentlemen, Hamburg is a colorful and vibrant city with much to discover. I hope you will enjoy your stay and wish you a wonderful time. Thank you very much.
Tennessee, das ist absolutes Weltniveau, ja.
Absolut keine Frage, das ist ein Weltniveau.
Sie haben schon deutsche Meisterschaften, Europameisterschaften und Weltmeisterschaften im Breakdance gewonnen.
Ich hatte absolut. Das ist aber schlimm.
Sie gehören zu den besten Show-Acts der Welt.
Und so sympathisch und so viel Humor auch. Wir nehmen hier den ganzen Laden auseinander. Das ist unglaublich.
Meine Damen und Herren, die DDC Breakdancer!
please welcome DDC Breakdance.
Servus! Habe die Ehre. Das kannst du vergessen.
Mamma mia!
Breakdancing World Champions, the DDC. Thank you so much for your energy. I hope you guys enjoyed the show. We are used to perform all around the world, but today the world is here in Hamburg. We are so proud to be part of your event. Thank you. want to see some more breakdancing on stage? Do you really want to see some more? Alright, let's go!
Ladies and gentlemen, from the Rotary Club of Naples, Florida, USA, please welcome the aide to the President of Rotary International and his partner, John and Cindy Smarge.
Is recognized around the globe as an organization that embraces the 5 powerful words that make up our core values. Throughout the past 12 months, President Barry and First Lady Esther have traveled 325 days to 67 countries, meeting with Rotarians, Rotaractors, interactors, as well as head of states and non-government organizations. With each step, they have epitomized the ideals of service, fellowship, diversity, integrity, and leadership. On the stage at last year's convention in Toronto, then President-elect Barry asked us all to be the inspiration. He encouraged us to create lasting change in our communities, develop transformational projects, and strive to build a better world. Barry challenged our Rotary family to demonstrate our enthusiasm to the rest of the world through leveraging social media and to build Rotaract as a vital force within our organization. Please. Rotarians responded by developing and executing thousands of sustainable, local, and international projects. Rotary's impact was displayed to the rest of the world with a daily presence on all social media channels, and delivering on what was certainly the goal closest to Barry's heart: the elevation of Rotaract and the chartering of more than 1,000 new Rotaract clubs around the world. Barry has certainly been the inspiration, but Barry has not taken this journey alone. Working side by side with him, Esther has served us as First Lady with grace, poise, elegance, passion, fun, and her ever-present smile. They are truly a cherished Rotary couple. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome to the stage our Rotary International President and partner, Barry and Esther Rassin. Join me in welcoming part of the Rassin family. Daughter, Michelle Rassin Moody, son-in-law Brian Moody, and granddaughter Isabel Pulley, and grandson Sebastian. Barry's son Anthony Rassin, daughter-in-law Michelle, and grandkids Annabelle and Alex. Barry's brother, David Rassin, and sister-in-law, Glenda. Esther's sister and brother-in-law, Irene and Peter Gowdy. Esther's sister, Josephine Knowles. Esther's close friend, Luann Brown. Barry's best friend and Rotary sponsor, and by the way, my governor classmate, John Robertson, his wife Honey, and Barry's goddaughter Joanne. Please offer another round of applause for Esther and the Rassin family. You ready for this? We'll see. This past year, we have all been motivated by Barry. His relaxed, charismatic stage presence presence and his genuine interest in others has been embraced by all who have met him. His passion for Rotary and its boundless possibilities has inspired us all. Rotarians and guests from the Rotary Club of Nassau East, the Bahamas, please show your appreciation to our 2018-2019 Rotary International President, Barry Rassin.
They have been fabulous to help us this year. We couldn't have done it without them. I also want to have a shout out to the Inspiration Lounge, which is just as full as this room tonight. To the Inspiration Lounge, thanks for being in there for us. And there's a very special couple in the room that I'd like to ask you to help them to celebrate their 40th anniversary. Our President-elect, Mark Maloney and Gay, 40 years of marriage. Truly an amazing crowd. Rotarians who are committed and dedicated. Thank you so much for joining us at the 2019 Rotary International Convention in Hamburg. Now, before I begin, I have an exciting announcement. I'm going to announce the lucky Rotarian who will receive a registration to the 2020 convention in Honolulu for just $1. The winner of our Inspiration Lounge drawing is Jelle Hoedsma Grek of the Rotary Club of Amsterdam, Hoogzweed City in the Netherlands. Congratulations. It'll be a miracle if I pronounce that name right, so I apologize for that.
Thanks, John.
And speaking of good fortune, I cannot fully express my gratitude to you for being with us this year, and also for making my and Esther's journey one of the greatest adventures of our lives. I will have more time on Wednesday to give you more details of the incredible experiences as Rotary President. But this afternoon, I want to give you a preview of the tremendous program that we've built just for you. So how many people here today are attending their very first Rotary International Convention? Okay. I see a lot of hands. Clearly the people up front have been here before and know how to get the front seats. That's a good thing. I will never forget my first convention. My first convention was taking place in Las Vegas. So I figured, why not go to Las Vegas and have some fun? But what I experienced instead was life-changing. What I knew about Rotary before that convention was all about my club and my district and the great work we did. But it did not prepare me for the stories of incredible service that Rotary does every day around the world, and the impact that we have on billions of lives. That convention was the beginning of my dedication to our organization, and it's why I'm here today. The words that I heard spoken at that convention were powerful, but it was the people that I met and the stories that we shared that really stuck with me. As Paul Harris once said, whatever Rotary may mean to us, to the world, it will be known by the results it achieves. Those results don't appear magically. They are the offspring of our continued commitment and our values. This year's convention captures the moment. Have you been capturing the moment? Boy, that was pretty weak. Have you been capturing the moment? All right. I want to make sure you're out there. You've captured the moment by celebrating Rotary's core values. And over the next 4 days, you will hear inspiring stories that underscore the Rotary ethos of diversity, of leadership, of fellowship, integrity, and service. Now, these are more than words for Rotarians. They're the guiding principles of our organization that define our culture and our actions. We believe in diversity because Rotary at its best unites the world, and therefore must reflect every part of humanity. Now, you cannot properly serve the world unless you can see and hear the world accurately. Diversity ensures that Rotary represents all voices and speaks in every language. That includes age, gender, sexual orientation, race, ethnicity, and abilities. Now, we must ensure that women join Rotary and attain positions of leadership. That is why this year, your Rotary Board set a goal to increase the number of women in Rotary and in leadership positions to 30% by June 2023. But keep in mind, that's just where we start. We need to be focused on getting to 50%. Am I right? We are committed to taking action to reach these goals, and I believe that we will reach them sooner than expected. Now, during the 2021 Rotary year, 6 women will serve on the Rotary Board for the first time ever. That represents 31% of the board, which means we already know we're going to attain the 30%, so we already know that our goal has to go higher. And right now, we also have our very first chairwoman of the Rotary Foundation, Brenda Crescent. The second core value is all about leadership. And leadership is about more than just attaining positions of responsibility. As leaders in humanitarian service and in volunteerism, we must continue to improve our skills and share our experience through mentoring. This past year, I have been inspired by the incredible leadership displayed by Rotaractors around the world. Rotaractors, are you out there? They're here in bigger numbers than they have ever been at a convention before. They're committed, they're dedicated, they're going to help us change the face of Rotary. Am I right? listeners, and you know, if you didn't know, Hamburg is the true birthplace of the Beatles, a band that changed the face of popular music while they were still all in their 20s. Rotaractors are our Rotary's rock stars. They inspire us with big dreams and even bigger actions. And I call on all of the graying Rotary leaders who have given so much to this organization over so many years to take heed of what Rotaractors say and do. We need to be listening to our young professionals because they are Rotary's future. People of diverse backgrounds, leading and following people from different generations, that's what fellowship is all about. Through our service, we grow closer together and learn to use each other's skills more effectively. By working together, we open up unlimited potential. It's our fellowship that transcends all boundaries and makes Rotary a true force for peace worldwide. Of course, if we want to be leaders and if we want to point the world to a brighter future, we must behave in ways that inspire trust and confidence. That's why integrity is one of our core values. Integrity is about not tolerating bad behavior. We expect responsibility from our officers and our friends, in both our means and our ends. We apply high ethical standards, both professionally and privately. In dealing with others, we are fair and respectful. And we use the resources entrusted to us consciously and responsibly. Acting with honesty and integrity at all times builds trust and allows us to get back to what we like most, the final core Rotary value of service. Service to others is an integral part of our mission, whether it's through the plans and actions of individual clubs, Rotary's 6 areas of focus, or the transformational support of the Rotary Foundation. And the service that most defines us and our global mission is the ongoing goal to rid the world of polio. We brought the world to the brink of polio eradication. And now, along with our global polio partners, we're launching a new strategy to take it over the finish line, so we can deliver a polio-free world. Despite all of our impressive progress, the last steps to eradication have proven to be the most difficult. This week, you will hear an informative, up-to-the-minute discussion of polio eradication efforts and the final step strategies. This is hard but necessary work that includes reaching children amid insecurity and conflict, overcoming weak health systems that lead to unimmunized or underimmunized children, and dealing with numerous operation and management skills. But I want to give you a quick little story that I just heard this morning from a Rotarian from Canada. She was telling me how she remembers giving a cookie to a child in a Boko Haram camp so that she could give the child a vaccine. Think about that. Here's a Rotarian in a Boko Haram camp making sure that the children are immunized. Rotarians, that's what you do. new strategy will succeed, but only if it's fully implemented with sufficient resources. Your service has brought us this far, and we'll need you now more than ever to bring this great Rotary mission to a happy conclusion for all the world's children. We're in the final mile of the marathon, and we all know that the last mile is always the most challenging. And no, I've never run a marathon, but I know that last mile's got to be tough. But for me, the first mile is tough. But the finish line is in sight. For this marathon, we know it's there. And this is no time to stop. This is the time where we take a deep breath and we say, we're going all the way because we can and we must fulfill our promise to the children of the world. So that's a short preview of what you'll see in the days ahead. And I know how memorable these conventions can be, but I also know that the power of Rotary is not here on stage. It's in you. It's in you and your fellow Rotarians, in your clubs, and the billions of people whose lives you touch through the service that you do. Now I ask you, let's capture the moment. Let's capture the spirit of Hamburg and bring all of our core values back home with us and change our communities and change our people around the world. That's what you do. That's what Rotarians are. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you. Portraits for some of the world's most recognizable and influential figures in history. Jamal's work has been featured in Time Magazine, The Washington Post, BBC News, The Huffington Post, and many more global media sources. He's given portraits to the Pope, to Oprah Winfrey. He even did a portrait of Ravi Ravindran and his granddaughter. That must be Ravi. But I want to tell you a little of the backstory of Jamal. And this goes back to the 80s when I'm trying to work a new business. I have a fantastic new relationship with my wife. And in comes this gentleman with some paintings. My sponsor to Rotary had sent him to me, John Robertson. And in walks to my office one day, Harry Roll. Harry has these paintings with him that he did, portraits of ships in the harbor of Nassau, or landscape of the Bahamas. And being in a new business, I really was looking more to spend money on equipment and on labor and all the things you need in a business, not on artwork. But then he told me the story of his family and the challenges that he had. He'd come back from time to time. Sometimes the electricity was turned off. He needed money to get it back on. Sometimes he needed food for his family. So I bought a few of Harry's pictures because I wanted to help him. Any one of you would do exactly the same thing, because on our hearts there's a real rotary wheel that tells us the right thing to do. So I would do this time and time. Now to fast forward, much later in recent years, a young man joined my Rotary Club, name of Jamal. And I never made the connection. He never made the connection. Until one day he's sitting in my office, and he's looking at the wall, and he saw this painting, and he said, "Oh, my dad did that painting." "Your dad is Harry Roll?" "Yes." "And you must be Doc." I said, "What do you mean?" So whenever my dad came to you, and you bought one of the pictures, he would come out, because I was always with him and I was waiting for him. He would come out and he would tell me about Doc and how Doc is helping our family. Jamal, Harry, they've made a lot of their family. They've got a lot of success now, and Jamal, as you're going to see now, has accomplished so much, and we're going to show you that. So please help me in welcoming Jamal Roll, the celebrity artist.
Because as a child, many days we went without a hot meal, and sometimes when we would get lucky, to have something to eat. Quite often, this doctor who bought this painting. And for years I wondered, is this Doc? Is this guy Santa Claus? And then when I finally met you, I was like, wow, he looks like Santa Claus for real. But you know, I just want to publicly thank you for helping me and for taking the mantra, service above self, literally, not just as a Rotary mantra, and taking humanitarianism to another level. Thank you, and I want everybody, give it up for Byron Rabbit. Yeah, just keep going. Keep going.
Remember for a moment here that what we've just done, what Jamal has just done, I might have reduced the value a little. We're going to auction this as you capture your moment in the House of Friendship. And all the proceeds, 100%, will go to end polio now. Jamal, for that. Thank you for your skill, thank you for what you do, and thank you for donating to polio eradication. It's fantastic. It's now my pleasure and my honor to introduce you to another Bahamian artist, someone we're so proud of because he's internationally renowned. He just finished a tour in China where he was able to, everywhere he went, get the love of the Chinese, and they were all getting up and dancing, which I am sure is what we will see this afternoon. His music is infectious. But again, to share a little of the backstory, Julian Believe was a great friend and grew up with Jamal Rowe. They lived in the same area, they shared the same dreams and aspirations. I understand they're still fighting over which is the best looking. One wanted to be a singer, the other wanted to be a singer, but Jamal decided to go into painting instead. Julian stuck with singing. And what I just discovered is that when Jamal came home from my business with his dad, Julian also got some help. It's an amazing story. And it reminds each and every one of us the impact that you can have by reaching out and helping one person. It changes lives, and each one of you do that. Julian Believe is a special artist. He's going to get you going. He's going to get your blood running. You're going to enjoy this. So please, put your hands together to welcome Julian Believe. Everybody from Rotary, get up to your seats right now. We're getting to have a good time right now. We're getting to have a good time right now. 1, 2, 1, 2. Somebody just go that up on me now. Don't stop nobody in the problem. Then you see the touch with the magic show. Bring the rest of my toe in that with the picture of shaking like this. It's the September snow. Look back on the whole life. It's so sad. Life's what it's
truly believe it. We're about to have a good time in here right now. Anybody ever been to the Bahamas before? Well, I'm about to take you to the Bahamas right now. We got something called Jump Canoe, and we about to go down on Bay. So I need you to look to the person next to you and say, Bahamas. Say Bahamas. Bahamas in the house. Check this out. something else. Ladies and gentlemen, Barry took his tie off. What I am going to say to you right now is if you have a camera phone, this is the time to take out your camera phone, ladies and gentlemen. Are you ready? Are you sure? Are y'all ready? Are y'all ready? Now whatever I do, you have to do. You ready? We're going to step to the left 2 times, step to the right 2 times. Once to the left, once to the right. You got it? 1, 2, 3. Everybody just step to the left 2 times, step to the right 2 times. Once to the left, once to the right, jump. Hey, not yet, not yet, not yet. Okay. Okay, wait. Seems like you guys were practicing way back. I don't want you to know yet. They tried to practice. Let's try this one more time. 1, 2, 3. Everybody just step to the left 2 times. Now step to the right 2 times. Now once to the left and once to the right, jump. Okay. Let's try this with some music now. Shall we? Shall we? Now, it's your time. 1, let's go. 1, 2, 3. Let's go. Let's go right now. Let's go right now. 1, 2. Okay. All right. You signed it, right? It went up to $1 million? Now, I cannot highlight Barry without highlighting the strong, determined, amazing woman that stands behind Barry every day, who did it for the last 365 days, who went for 322 days on the road with her husband to show some support. So right now I want to celebrate you, boss lady. Please come up here to the stage. Behind every great man is an even greater woman, ladies and gentlemen. Make some noise right now. Now, here's what I want to do. I want my friends here to get to the front on that side, and my friends here to